some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah, hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day. Good evening, and welcome to Stupid O'Clock.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Gentlemen.
Yeah. I'd already told Dan about it. I've got to print off a PDF and do a PDF signer and send it back. But we may be making a guest announcement in the next week.
Ooh.
Did we get Claudia Christian?
God, I wish. But if you look over in the private chat, is there IMDb?
Really?
I'll have to look that here in a bit.
Well, I don't want to look during the show because, I'd get my hopes up and then dash my dreams.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be thinking about Claudia Christian all night.
And that's going to do you a lot of good.
I needed to shower anyway. All right. Anyhow.
Hey, Mac, how are you doing? We got a Mac in the house.
Hi.
Yeah, technically we got two. My Mac's behind me. Yes, that was a horrible joke, I know.
But, Joe, when you check out the IMDb, scroll down to the most recent movie that this person is in.
Okay.
You didn't get Phoebe Cates, did you?
No. They are in a current movie.
What about Mia Sarah? You didn't get her, did you?
No.
I do not know this person.
Scroll down to the recent movies.
Yeah.
Well, the known for.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. Who hasn't made that movie recently?
Yeah.
The only thing they need right now in that movie,
Yeah,
is either Pedro Pascal or
well, it's not a Disney movie, so Pedro Pascal's not going to be in it.
Well, neither was Game of Thrones, but there you go. Oh, yeah, Jeffrey Combs. That's who I was thinking of.
Well,
it's kind of like the only two people that haven't played that character that I know of. So.
Yeah. Well, Jeffrey Combs won't be playing any of those roles anymore.
Oh.
Kind of hard.
Yeah.
So what's everybody been up to? I know Joe's been digging holes all day.
Ow.
No, I've been dealing with issues at the town hall.
Oh,
My IT usage has been way high lately. Let's put it that way.
I've been playing an IT guy for my dad. He bought a new printer.
My condolences.
He was screaming and hollering, the paper won't fit. The paper won't fit. I walked over there. Well, I had to drive all the way over to his house. Walked up to it, reached down and slid that little thing over to the left.
I'll do it.
And put the paper in. He goes, "What'd you do?" I said, "I slid that over." He said, "It wouldn't slide for me." I said, "Well, which way were you trying to go?" And he goes, "To the right." I said, "You got to slide it to the left." He had it on business cards.
Oh, geez.
You know, where it would print individual business cards.
Mhm.
Mm. Well, after trying to line those up on a whole sheet and get them not to have anything printed where the perforations are,
Yeah.
I can understand that setting existing, but
Well, have you ever noticed the Halicon badges? How it has your names and everything on it?
yeah.
That's actually shipping labels.
Mhm.
I just figured it out.
Easiest way to do it, really.
Yeah.
Let me take 3 steps here. Ah,
Give him 3 steps. Give him 3 steps, mister.
yeah.
Doors the door. They could hear me screaming a mile away because I was headed out.
Well, thankfully, I'm not headed out towards the door. I'm just headed over to the beer fridge. Ah, might ought to get another one of them for the barn. It'd save me money trying to buy a large enough solar power bank to be able to run a regular dorm fridge.
I've got a little inverter in my car. And when we were going camping, I had one of those little dorm fridges as our fridge. So I could plug it into the car while we're driving, while I'm driving, it's enough to run the fridge.
Yeah.
Loaded the car up, cut the car off, hooked the camper up, went inside, went to the bathroom, made a few phone calls. Had to, fix something in the house before we left. Then I realized I cut the car off. I opened the car door and I hear beep, 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 which means the battery's dead.
Oh, you left the
Oops.
fridge plugged into the inverter with the car cut off.
Yep. Wasn't no problem. Pulled old Yeller down, hooked up to jumper cables, fired it right up, on with the trip.
Well, I'm trying to decide on a certain brand of solar power bank and whether or not it's worth the trouble. I know I can order their proprietary solar cells, but is it worth the trouble to pay somebody to come out and install them, make sure it's a waterproof connection through the roof, and wire it up correctly? Or should I just try and do it myself and then cuss loudly if I get anything wrong?
Cuss loudly. It's cheaper.
Yeah. And
Uh,
primal scream therapy can be useful sometimes.
Now I'm
It
seeing,
may not be cheaper in the long run.
I am seeing these uh, inverter battery packs now. I mean, that'll run your whole house
Yeah.
Hmm.
for like
What?
8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about getting because basically it's just going to be um recharging power tool batteries. If I decide I need to use the electric drill press and running a teeny tiny fridge down there and maybe a fan because it does get hot in there.
I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers that do a lot of off grid stuff that use them,
Yeah,
and they also get a discount, or they'll have like a discount code. Plus, they make a commission if you buy it, through their link.
yep. That's how I found the American distributor of this particular brand, which I'm not going to mention, not because I don't feel like giving them free advertising. It's just
They're not
uh,
paying us.
they're not paying me. They're not paying you. Uh, I don't do regular videos to where I need a sponsor, and if I already trust the product because I've seen so many people using it, but I just don't know about doing the work myself.
Oh, did y'all see my post today about my next cosplay if the temperature don't break?
No.
I'm gonna cosplay as a streaker.
Where did ZZ Top said they got them dark sunglasses?
Cheap sunglasses.
They didn't actually say. They just said you had to get up early and go get yourself some cheap sunglasses.
Never mind. I'll go down to Harbor Freight and get me a welding. I need one anyway.
Well,
Oh, that's another.
the choice is up to you because they come in two classes.
Yeah. Well,
Rhinestone shades are cheap sunglasses.
I don't need no rhinestones. I ain't a cowboy.
Oh, if you're going to get a welding helmet, get the one with the rhinestones. Okay. Nobody will ask you questions while you're welding if you're wearing a rhinestone studded welding helmet, and the light from the arc welder will reflect in all the rhinestones, and it looks like this massive disco effect wherever you're welding. So
Yeah, but I'll never be able to enjoy it because I'll have
everybody else, that's why they stay away from you and let you weld in peace.
I'll be
Now,
welding in peace anyway. I'm the only one around that would actually be looking.
now, some company has made an Iron Man welding helmet.
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean, it.
I'm considering it.
I mean, you reach up and tap it on the chin, and it opens up to where you can see. And then when you get ready to weld, you tap it, and it just closes down, and you're actually looking at an LCD screen instead of through the auto darkening or the lens. So you're not actually staring at the thing. And the camera adjusts the intensity to where you can actually see what you're welding.
And where to start before there's actually a spark, I hope.
Yeah.
That does sound like it would be worthwhile. Expensive, but worthwhile.
Yeah. I'm not into an $800 welding helmet, but
No, I'm thinking 25 to 40 is going to be about my limit.
good luck.
Oh, really? What's the normal cost on a?
An auto darkening, which is standard now, started $80
Oh, okay.
from Hobo Freight. I was working on something and I was doing some grinding, so I cut the auto darkening off so I could see what I was doing. Went back to welding. I'm like, I realized, what the hell? Oh, I forgot to turn the auto darkening back on.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small oops, but oops.
Hey, at least it didn't take me 3 times to figure it out.
That is a good thing.
Oh, I just thought the welder came with something that looks like it would fit on one of the covers, the visor cover for a hard hat.
Oh, face shield. Yeah, no,
Not dark enough.
not dark enough.
I kind of figured that.
Breakdown, just go ahead and get you. Did you get that Harbor Freight one that I showed you?
I don't recall where I got it. I didn't go shopping for it. I got it online, so
Is it a Titan? Green?
I don't know.
Hmm. Oh.
All I
been-
knew, it only showed up with one size welding rod. And by size, I mean the diameter and the composition of the flux on the outside.
Yeah, so you got a stick welder.
Yeah.
I got me a flux core wire welder.
I have seen those, but I've never used one. However, I have been trained on how to use a stick welder.
Yeah. Yeah. The neat thing about a wire welder over a stick welder, you don't have to stop.
Just a spool of wire.
Yep. Runs just like a stick welder. Which reminds me of the video I saw of this guy welding it was like a pipe. It was a round thing and it was on a turntable. And he was sitting in a chair with his feet propped up on something and just welding. The thing was turning and he was holding the welder.
Yeah. It was basically like a Lazy Susan or an old record player.
Yeah. And he just propped up and he was welding. I said, yeah, that's your $80 an hour welder right there. Some people come up and say, why are you sitting down? I'm working. Can't work sitting down. I am, and I'm getting your weld done.
Oh, God. Did it again. All right. I'll have to leave and come back. Something is wrong with the connection for my camera.
Uh-oh. So, John, did you like the story of the
Yes, I did.
of the beaver dam?
Yeah.
I was crying, I was screaming, I was laughing so hard.
Well,
you got to
there-
watch that one.
yes, the truck needed replacing anyway.
These guys found some old dynamite, and they were 2-foot sticks, and they found 24 of them. So they thought they'd go blow up the beaver dam. They used all 24 sticks.
Oh.
And the only problem was they only had enough wire to get about 15 feet away from it.
Oh.
And all their batteries are dead, so they went and stole the battery out of the old farmer's tractor that the beaver dam was on. And they tried, and they couldn't figure it out. And the guy lifted up the plywood and looked and goes, oh, we forgot to pull these little plastic things off the end of them.
it was one of those batteries that had either the little terminals on top that you put the clamps over, or it had the screw-in terminals on the side post. And when they pulled it out of the farmer's tractor, it'd been connected by the side post. Well, the guy kept touching the wires to the battery, but still had the plastic caps on the terminals. So couldn't figure, and it was they had everything hid under a piece of plywood, so they couldn't see what the hell they were doing. And
yeah, plywood for safety.
I mean, I've seen worse things used for safety.
Yeah. Well, the guy said it blowed him backwards, and he said he started tumbling, head over heels, ended up against a tree. His eyes were still shaking and vibrating. He finally got them focused, and he looked down at the pond, and his pond was dry, clear and smooth as the floor. And he said, well, I wondered where all the water went. About that time it came back.
It started raining.
He said there were brims and catfish and bass
and just all sorts of stuff falling out of the sky.
Oh.
Went back up. It blew the truck backwards, blew the hood off the truck.
Through the cab.
Oh, God.
And pushed the truck further back than he went. So they decided to walk on home. And they come up, walk past the farmer's house, and there the farmer was standing out on the front porch in his red long johns, with the butt flap, going, did you guys hear that? And they went, what? Did you guys hear that explosion? Huh? He said it blowed out all the windows of my house.
No, we didn't hear a thing.
Blew out all the windows of his house, blew out all their eardrums.
He said for a 3-mile radius, it blew every window out of the house.
Ooh.
Oh. Hey, Don.
Howdy.
Carl says that's not the smart use of TNT. Oh, hell yeah, it is. John will agree with you. Right? Don't tell me you didn't run into those situations while...
Nope.
Y'all knew better.
Oh, well.
Or y'all at least had
part of our training, A, we were sober, and B, we did calculate.
Only part of it.
Yeah, so that's,
Yeah,
he for plenty.
He did mention that there was a quart of moonshine and a case of beer involved.
I see nothing wrong with that.
It does sound like a farm story to me.
Hey, Don. So who all we got here? We got Donna, Carleen, Dan Hollyfield, Carl Witzman, VC Vaughn, author, and Dawn Dallas is gracing us with her presence.
Temporarily.
Oh, John, I found my portable hard drive with all my Halicon stuff on it. And what?
How? Was it in that room?
It was in my dad's room, over at my dad's house.
Oh.
How it got over there, I don't know. But
Cat took it.
But I got to watching, and I watched the Halicon Morning Coffee Show.
The Halicon Morning Coffee Show.
Yeah, from the virtual Halicon.
Ah.
I don't remember that.
I'd forgot all about it too. But you broke some sad news.
Oh, really? What'd I do?
That was the morning.
Do I have to pay for it?
No.
Oh.
That was the morning Sean Connery died.
Oh.
God, he's been gone that long?
Yeah. He died October 30th, 2020.
Huh.
Yeah, John kept saying 2020 did something every villain in the world tried to do and couldn't accomplish.
Yeah.
How many villains tried to kill Sean Connery as James Bond?
Just a handful.
Well, handful of bosses, but a lot of henchmen.
One ping only.
That's a great movie.
Yes, it is. And some of the events were actually based on
Sort of.
yeah, on real events.
It wasn't a submarine, it was a frigate. And they didn't get anywhere near the United States.
Yeah.
And everyone involved got arrested. So, and never heard from again.
Wonder why.
Not good email signal from Davy Jones's locker.
No, they were all tried for treason or something like that. There weren't actually that many people that that were busted for it. They got one guy, that basically the leader of the whole thing, for treason and mutiny. I can't remember which.
Oh.
Let's see if I can find that.
I wonder if I've got just too many USB ports in use here, and that's why the camera keeps cutting out.
Possibly.
That's actually a very good possibility.
I had to learn how to what's the word? What's the word I'm trying to think of?
I don't know. I ain't getting your head to figure that out. I don't get paid enough.
You need Carl for that, and he'd be on danger money.
I can't get the dang.
Well, think at it sideways.
I budget my USB ports.
There you go.
Allocate.
That's the word. This thing is not letting me.
Yeah, it was.
There it is. All right.
Well, I got one I can turn off just in case, but I'll have to remember to turn it back on if I use the search function on the computer.
It was the Soviet frigate Storozhevoy.
Were they trying to defect to the United States? Or?
And let me see. It was involved in a mutiny led by Valery Sablin in November of 1975. It was assigned to the Pacific Fleet. And, after which it was assigned to the Pacific Fleet. Let's see, the mutiny. Mutiny was led by the ship's political commissar, which is odd because they're usually the guys that are in charge of making sure people don't mutiny. He wished to protest against the rampant corruption of Leonid Brezhnev.
Sure.
He should have stuck around. There'd been more things for him to protest against.
And what he was going to do, they were going to take control of the ship and steer it to Leningrad, up the Neva River, and moor it alongside the museum ship Aurora, which was the ship that basically started the Russian Revolution.
Huh.
And The ship got sent there to fire on the protesters. And when they got there, they sided with the protesters and fired on the army. And the army ran back to their barracks, and the protesters and Navy won. So, and now they're all communist.
They're a free democratic nation.
Yeah, so's California.
Yeah.
One man, one vote. Unfortunately, the only one that gets the vote's the one in charge.
You see.
And he wins by a landslide every time.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, half the Baltic fleet went after this one ship. See, what was it? 60 warplanes. And let me see. They actually did strafe the ship with the warplanes and damaged the steering, which caused her. They stopped dead in the water, about 20 miles from Swedish territorial waters. And then, after warning shots from the closing loyal warship, the frigate was eventually boarded by Soviet Marine commandos. And then, Sablin had been non-fatally shot in his leg and detained by members of his own crew, who also unlocked the captive. He captured the captain and the other officers and locked them all together. See. Ooh. All of the complement from the ship, including the captain, were brutally beaten, arrested, starved, tortured, and interrogated by the KGB.
Sounds like a fun Friday night.
They were home.
Only Sablin, the guy who started the whole thing, and his second in command were tried and convicted. The ship's crew was then changed completely, and they moved the ship to the Pacific Ocean. Sablin was convicted of high treason and was executed by firing squad 2 years later. And his partner, Shane, was sentenced to prison, was released after serving 8 years. The rest of the mutineers, there were several, were set free, but dishonorably discharged from the Soviet Navy.
Were they discharged like a firearm, or?
Said set free and dishonorably discharged. So I don't know if you can dishonorably discharge someone with a firearm.
Yeah, and now you know how the Russian mafia recruits.
Who the hell's having a fireworks show on Thursday night? Okay.
This is a neat looking little ship, though. It's an anti-submarine frigate, Krivak 1 class, which is kind of got that big damn missile launcher, box launcher up on the bow. Torpedo tubes, the hedgehogs for shooting rockets, depth charges at submarines.
So it had a little bit of everything on her.
A couple big guns on the back, and I don't see any surface-to-air missiles.
John, did you hear back in April the Houthis almost committed a mortal sin? They made a strike on the Truman.
Don't touch the boats.
That should be irrevocably ingrained on every foreign service by now. They've seen the way we react.
They were using drones. And pretty much there was no communication between anybody in the Red Sea for 2 weeks. The ships were having to use, semaphore and the Morse code light. We put enough electronic jamming up in there, nothing worked.
Your boats get hit once, you take out a mountainside, and then you get a reputation.
Temper.
See, if I were Emperor of the United States, it could happen. I'd have arc-lid that coastline. Just sent the B-52s in and put a 500-pound bomb every 100 yards.
Well, the Navy handled it.
Hmm?
Yeah, of course, there were F-18s and...
That is the one problem with the Navy is they really don't have a bomb truck anymore.
No.
But they know where to borrow one.
Yeah.
Shoot, we got one bomb truck that'll pull up to your front door, make a delivery, and be gone before you knew it was there.
If they're that close, you'll never know they were there.
They've got several different models of B-52. And the one that was the serious bomb truck was the B-52, the D model that they used in Vietnam. And not only were the racks underneath modified just for dropping conventional ordnance, and it didn't really have the nuclear payload capability anymore. It was specifically, they stuffed so many bomb racks in this thing just to carry more bombs. And then they put more bomb racks on the wings just to carry more bombs. And if I can't remember exactly, I want to say it was 132 500-pound bombs per bomber.
And they would fly in formation.
And they would fly 3 to 6 in formation. Yeah. And they'd basically drop one bomb every quarter second, about 100 yards apart. And they would leave these long lines of craters through the jungle. Look like somebody was building a highway.
They were very effective on runways.
It'd be a bumpy ass highway.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could you imagine if they were able to do it in World War II, load up the B-29s with all the bombs like that, and just run down the beach at Normandy for 3 days before we ever went in?
Some of those obstacles would not be there anymore. Of course, some of the beach would not be there anymore either.
Yeah, getting across the beach would be fun. They I'm trying to remember the general's name, but they were having trouble breaking through the German lines. So they basically did what Joe was talking about. They got the British to send in a line of bombers. And the idea was, here was the front line where the Americans were. Here was the front line of the German sides. And they were basically going to run the bombs right behind the German lines. Well, the guy who was in charge of the planning for the operation didn't like sending the bombers that direction because they might get shot at more. So instead of sending them down the German lines, he sent them in from behind the Americans to drop the bombs over the German lines. And they dropped most of them short and killed hundreds of American troops, including one general. And rumor has it, the only reason he was not imprisoned was because Winston Churchill begged Eisenhower not to have him court-martialed, shot, imprisoned, all that sort of good stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it'd been simple. Send the P-51s up as support and just let the bombers fly right down the beach at Normandy for days.
Of course, they did a lot of that. They did a lot of that stuff, but they were going after, of course, they were going after specific targets.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
They can't hide behind it if it ain't there.
Plus, you create a ramp to get up to the top of the hill much easier.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's plow the field.
As the president said in Independence Day, all right, boys, let's plow the road.
Mm-hmm.
I had a chance last weekend to go meet Randy Quaid because I've got to ask him. When I saw the movie release day, as he's doing that, "Hello, boys, I'm back. Did you miss me?" The "did you miss me" has been cut out of everything.
I didn't know there was another part to that.
Yeah. That one little line was cut out. And I'm going,
Why?
why? That was the best line of the movie. Did you miss me?
Well, he certainly didn't miss them. There's one thing to be said about just walking up and sticking it. Of course, it makes it hard to walk away.
Oh.
Yeah, and at that angle, it's not like he could eject.
Wouldn't have done much good.
Because it was coming down on top of him. Now, could you imagine being in, all those fighters and realize you're under an 18-mile wide ship and it's blowing up over your head? Oh,
That's what afterburners are for.
run away, must run away.
And this is why you modify your aircraft to have NOS.
Oh, did y'all see that video I posted of historical war sites in Europe?
No.
Mm-mm.
This guy found the cave of the most horrific medieval massacre ever.
Okay.
All created by a little white bunny.
Carabanog.
Yeah, I mean, he actually went up, and as he's approaching, he's telling, of the massacre, how many people died, and you're thinking, and he's one of these guys that do YouTube videos of great European war battlefields.
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking, oh, hell, this is pretty cool. I'm going, that cave looks familiar. What is it? And then he goes, and the only thing they had to defend themselves was the holy hand grenade of Antioch. I went, oh, shit.
Oh.
And somebody has left plastic skeleton bones up there.
Look at the bones.
And he goes, trust me, they were dedicated to shoot that scene because it took him 3 hours to walk up to it.
Damn.
Of climbing and like, damn. That's dedication for your craft.
Yeah. Or taking a joke entirely too far, one or the other. I don't know which.
Joe, do you remember the end of Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
No, because it's been forever since I've seen that.
The police showed up and arrested all of them, cameramen, actors, and all that.
Why am I drawing a blank on... I know why I'm drawing a blank on that. Been an
That
exhausting
wasn't
week.
a scripted scene.
No shit.
They ran out of money, and the property owners had them forcibly removed from the site. At the studio's request. So when you see them getting cuffed and stuffed in a police car, they were being cuffed and stuffed in a police car, facing charges of trespassing.
Well, actually, they were facing charges of running out of money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Dan, I found another video about Blazing Saddles.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Mel Brooks cut scenes because he thought they went too far.
That's a little... Okay.
Can you imagine how, if it was that bad that even Mel Brooks said,
No, we're not putting that one in.
But in the contract, Mel Brooks had it that the studio could not edit the movie.
Wise man.
Yeah, we'd have never seen it.
Nope. And if we had, it, would have ran, only on TV and from, 7 p.m. to about 7:12.
They did a screening for the studio executives, and the studio executives started telling him what they thought. You can't do that. You need to cut that. He goes, whoa, wait a minute. We did not screen this movie for you to elicit any of your opinions on the movie. So, and I believe he called them knuckle dragging Neanderthals or something like that. Says, this is a business venture, and we just wanted to show you this to give you an idea of how far along we are in the business venture. That is all. We don't want your opinion.
I know they need to hurry up and get Mel scenes shot for Spaceballs, too.
Yeah, poor boy's getting up there.
94 now. And they're talking 27? Yeah.
Eh,
You may want to hurry up.
That math doesn't add up correctly.
Yeah. You might want to go ahead and get those scenes in the can as quick.
Just start the cameras rolling, let him ad lib, and we'll cut what we need out of the available footage.
And Bill Pullman is back. Whatever the girl's name that played the princess, she's back.
mm-hmm.
And they have a kid. And guess who's playing the kid? Bill Pullman's son.
How old did you say Mel Brooks was?
94?
He's 99. Born June 28th, 1926.
Yeah, they need to hurry up and get that scene done.
He was born 60 years to the day before I was.
Oh, so he's old enough to be your grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 60 years, no, old enough to be a great grandfather. Because generation's 20.
Yep. Now you know how old I feel when I see these people reacting to the 1954 Godzilla movie. Because that was 3 years before I was born to the day.
I'm getting tired of some of these reaction videos.
Yeah, some of them do go too far. I mean, you've got to suspect that they're overacting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's some I can tell that are genuine. Now, the new one that I really like is this record producer, current record producer. I mean, he's got gold albums, from the stuff that he's produced so far. He's going back and listening. He went back listening to Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. He's going, why is music like it is today? And he says, I think I realized why the music sounds better. Everything's all recorded digitally now. And the highs are clipped and the lows are clipped.
Mm-hmm.
On analog, it's there.
That's why the older vinyl records sounded better, even with all the pops and scratches. And
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
During a speech honoring Mel Brooks as a Kennedy Center honoree, former President Barack Obama mentioned going to see this film, Blazing Saddles, at the age of 12. Brooks said, "How did you get in with the ratings restrictions and everything?" And Obama goes, "I think I had a fake ID that I got with my fake birth certificate." And he looks at Mel Brooks, or he looks at the audience and goes, "The statute of limitations has passed."
Oh. Well, that's where that rumor came from.
The guy had some comedic timing. She.
I got to go down the hall. I'll be right back.
All right. That's what we need is a president with comedic timing and can structure a complete sentence.
Now, see, who I would have loved to have seen make president is Sam Kinison.
Oh my God.
It's just you know how when the president gets elected, all the world leaders will call him to congratulate him.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Can you imagine calling Sam Kinison to congratulate him on being president?" It's just like, "Hey, Russia, yeah, you're still shooting people in Ukraine, right? Yeah, you might want to stop doing that." Just saying. For the desert shoots in Blazing Saddles, Slim Pickens drove out there in his RV and at night would sit out there with a campfire and a Winchester rifle
And shoot rattlesnakes.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Slim Pickens, when he was young man, he got drafted into the military. and he went to the Air Force recruiter or Army. He went to the Army recruiter. Back then, it was Army Air Corps, and he was talking, and the fella that was taking his information there at the draft board was from New York, real New York, And he kept, of course, Slim Pickens was from Texas, deep Texas, so they had to have a translator. But they asked the guy from New York that was writing down his information, asked him what his civilian occupation was. And Slim Pickens answered, rodeo. Well, the guy from New York didn't know what a rodeo was. So he wrote that, and he misheard it because of the thick accent, wrote down radio. And that's how Slim Pickens wound up in the Army Air Corps as a radio operator.
Oh.
So when you see him in the B-52 bomber as the captain, he actually knows a little bit about that. Of course, so did Jones. Darth Vader.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl
Thank you.
Jones. Yeah.
I was about to go David Prowse, and I go, no, James Earl Jones.
You were close, yeah.
I'd have been right either way.
Yeah, it's kind of like that Superman joke. It's kind of like that Superman joke earlier. You can pretty much drive through Hollywood tossing rocks out, hit a Superman actor.
I was watching something about Hollywood stars that were in World War II flying missions. Do you know Clark Gable was a waist gunner on a B-17?
No. Oh.
And there was a bounty on him. Germany put a bounty on shooting him down.
Yeah, they did a lot of those. Was it darn it.
Oh, do you know when Jimmy Stewart flew his last bombing mission?
Oh, Jimmy Stewart. That's the one I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart was in a bomber in World War II, and after World War II joined the National Guard and became a jet bomber pilot and other. He had a lot of positions through all the different bombers. And I think the last plane he actually flew was a B-52.
Yeah. Bombing run in Vietnam.
And he actually made brigadier general, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And
Charles Bronson was on bombers.
Johnny Cash was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Elvis was in the Army. He was in an armored division in Germany. Yeah, of course. Jimi Hendrix was in the infantry. He was a machine gunner. Mel Brooks was a combat engineer in World War II. And
how many stars would we have today joining the military?
a lot of them, actually, I think. Depends.
There's been quite a few that. So there's been quite a few that have gone in. It's how many would, if the draft came back, would try to get out of that.
Well, John Wayne wanted to join the military, and he got his buddy John Ford was in the Navy, was with a special reconnaissance unit, and they did information films for the Navy and the military. And he worked directly for Wild Bill Donovan, William Donovan, who was the director of the OSS, which later became the CIA. Okay, and he was making these informational training films for the OSS, basically to tell people about Burma and all these places that Americans might go during the war. And Ford talked to Wild Bill Donovan on John Wayne's behalf about getting him into the unit, despite his back problems. And Wild Bill Donovan said, "Sure, we'll get him in," and sent a letter. Basically, they sent him a notice. I can't remember what it's called. It's not a draft notice, but it's like, yes, you can join our military. You can join this unit, sort of thing. And the thing was, John Wayne was such a big star at the time, he didn't get his own mail. It went through a service at the studio, and the studio opened up all his mail for him. So they got that notice, realized what he had done, and never delivered the letter.
Oh,
because they didn't want to lose John Wayne to the Navy. And everybody wondered, and John Wayne wondered why he never got accepted. John Ford wondered why he never got accepted. Wild Bill Donovan wondered why he never did accept. And then, Ronald Reagan was a captain in the military and a movie star, and a governor. And he did something else. I can't remember what. And let's see, Jimmy Carter, of course.
Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, we talked about Jimmy Stewart.
Both President Bushes.
Well, up until Clinton, all presidents had military service. And I think up until Obama, all the presidents were Masons.
I didn't realize Clinton was a Mason.
Honorary.
Oh.
He was from Arkansas.
Yes, Abe Lincoln had lots of military service, actually. But back then, they joined various volunteer regiments. He was with some Indian fighting militias back in the day. Yeah, well, that was back then. That was part of the military. So I'm trying to think. There was one regular Illinois unit that he joined up with. That I can't remember. I've seen the photos, but I can't remember the name. And then he was with he was with a couple of those ad hoc volunteer units. They would show up, drill for like a month and a half, and when everybody ran out of food and beer, they'd all get discharged and go home. They used to basically sign you up for like 90 days. Of course, technically, every U.S. president has been in the military.
Yeah.
Because once you become president, you are the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, which means you get to tell all of them what to do, pretty much.
True.
And you don't have to ask for anybody's permission to send in the Marines.
The Marines answer directly to the President of the United States. He doesn't have to ask Congress to send them in. He does have to ask Congress to keep them there. Yeah. I think that's one of those, he can only keep them there for 90 days.
Well, this pisses a lot of people off. The Marines are just a department of the Navy.
That would piss a lot of people off, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The men's department.
Oh, damn.
You walked right into that one, Joe.
Am I wrong? I'm never right, but am I wrong?
A little bit, because there are a lot of female Marines. Oh,
What happened?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm not playing with any buttons.
John was ready for his close-up.
Yeah.
We got a new screen over here, the people screen.
Yeah.
They asked me if I wanted to install it right as I was clicking on to go in the show, and I said, I'm not going to click that button this close to showtime.
The people screen.
Yeah.
They must have just added that today because I didn't get that notification yesterday.
I think they did just add it. I might be wrong.
Now, YouTube now has got something that's pretty cool. For YouTube ads, instead of taking over your whole video, it pops the ad up to the side.
Now that would be cool.
That I could deal with.
Why can't television do that? You know how they got that screen in the screen thing where you can like watch two different TV shows?
Yeah.
That'd be great to have the advertisements pop up on the side.
Well, that's sort of what this does. Well, it shrinks the show down and then puts the ad over on the right side, underneath and the right side.
Wouldn't be so bad if the ads had anything to do with A, me, or B, what I'm watching. You know.
Yeah, most of the ads I get on YouTube are for stuff I just ordered online.
Yeah.
It's like I keep seeing things for like Norton and McAfee antivirus. And I'm like, I wonder if they sell something that'll keep pop-ups from showing up in my YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's called YouTube Premium.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
which works very well.
The Weather Channel has a app on, they have a website, weather.com. It was pretty good for a while there, but it started going downhill, started having more and more advertising, and the advertising was starting to get more and more annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went and took the service, which was okay, and cut it down in half. So that they cut out half the features. You now have to sign up for premiumweather.com to get the old features back.
Yeah. Well, hell, Pluto TV, you're going to have to create an account with Pluto TV to watch some of the stuff. It's a free, account. They're not going to charge anything.
Yet.
But they want your information.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so they can tailor the ads just for you. Oh.
No, we don't even have a smart TV, and Lindsay is convinced that it listens to her comments inside while she's watching shows. And either the next 7 ads are going to be about something she said something about, or something she just mentioned that she might have to order.
We were watching the TV the other day.
It's not the TV, it's her phone.
Yes.
And I mentioned hamburgers just as I was walking through the living room. And our TV has been showing ads for Omaha Steak has a burger package that's all like ground filet mignon burgers and stuff like that. And it's horribly overpriced, but that's.
Oh.
And now because you mentioned that, we're going to get those ads now.
Yeah. Hey, just don't look up a Wisconsin butter churner.
Well, what if I like looking at pictures of Florence Henderson?
That ain't Florence Henderson. I had to delete my whole cookie browser cookies.
Let's see.
Oh, Joe Dog.
Connie Francis died.
Aw.
She was 87. Was it? Ukraine is going to be getting more patriots. They're diverting them from Switzerland.
Who's Switzerland planning on beating the crap out of? Anybody
Well-
that gets close, I guess.
Well, the Patriot missiles are defensive missiles, and Sweden has always been neutral and defensive. So, let's see here. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is to end in May of 2026.
Yes. Not soon enough.
I don't remember watching much past the first 5 or 6.
That's what I like about Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon is the only one that's not political. Every one of those late night shows, their entire opening monologue is political jokes.
Okay, Betty Davis. I'm sure you've heard of her, the actress. She had an oceanfront estate in the state of Maine, and it's up for sale. It lists for $15 million. And, but the name of the estate, Betty Davis's estate, Which Way? Which is spelled Witch. That's cute. I like to see those kind of names for stuff.
Well, I learned why witches ride brooms today.
Let's hear it.
Back in the medieval days, there were devices sold openly at the markets in England. As that Reformation came in and all that, those were found to be offensive. So their productions and sales were banned. And, women, being creative, discovered broomsticks will work by straddling them. And it became so immoral that they must be witches to be doing that. And that's why witches are seen as riding brooms. Plus, they got a good grip. What's the matter, Joe?
Oh, just such a beautiful joke. I'm just wiping the tears away.
You saw what I put up, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Why do I keep coming back?
'Cause you love us.
Hello, Chris.
Yes, Chris, welcome to our pain.
For another 14 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I'm going to tell you, that fan ain't doing no good.
Well, when I got through moving stuff into the barn today, I was geared up to do a little bit more. And Lindsay says, "Why don't we just leave it there for the night? It's not going to rain. We don't have to move that shelf into the barn tonight. We'll just let it sit. It'll be all right. You built it. It's not going to be something that's going to be damaged by a little bit of dew." And I said, "Okay." And as I still got to go outside, I got to get the skateboard up out of the yard and put it in the pergola. And there are people wondering what connection there is between a DVD shelf and a skateboard. This is how I'm going to transport it through the backyard to the barn rather than hoist it on my shoulder and try and get it through a very narrow gate onto the bed of my truck. I've moved speaker cabinets and chairs and all kinds of stuff just by sitting it on a kid's skateboard and rolling it where I needed it. I moved an entire music studio,
Skateboard?
200 yards on a skateboard, just rolling it through the grass. It's a whole lot better than picking it up and toting it. And I didn't have a truck back then, so it works. And I've even got a cargo strap to make sure that the shelf
Stays up.
does not slip off the skateboard when we need to push down on one end to turn the other. So yeah, we got it out of the house that way today. Only I didn't use the cargo strap. We just picked it up, put it on the skateboard, rolled it to the back door, and Lindsay and I toted it out. I made sure she went down the steps first, and I pushed it out, and I go, well, it's going to go as far as the the frame for the back door and the screen door will allow. It went all the way, and I started to say, look out, baby, skateboard's going to fall out from under it because it went further than I thought the wheels would go. And about the time I opened my mouth to start talking, skateboard fell down on the steps. Didn't hurt. I mean, I bought it from Ollie's. It was only $20, so I ain't even took the stretch wrap off of it yet. And I'm certainly not stupid enough to try and use it for its intended purpose. It's just a cargo roller.
Yeah. Oh.
But I don't think Tony Hawk would notice that I exist, Chris. I may be world famous on the internet, but I'm not that world famous. Ooh. That's still cold, fortunately.
Oh. All right. So what are we going to do Saturday night? Are we going to attempt this again?
Have we got anything better to do?
Maybe. No.
I probably won't be able to move Saturday night. We're supposed to be planting trees at the park.
Yeah.
Is that tree day?
Yeah, we're renting an auger tomorrow to use over the weekend and dig the holes.
Do y'all run the auger part way and then pull it up and then run it a little further and pull it up and run it a little?
That's what we're going to do because I'm not forking out the cash for a for one that has a reverse on it.
I learned that from an old farmer. He said, "You really want to run your tractor with an auger on it, driven by the PTO
PTO.
on the tractor, all the way in the ground, and then try and lift that up with the hydraulics. You're gonna find out how scary a wheelie on a tractor can be."
Because you basically just planted it in the ground.
Yeah, basically, you just drilled a screw into the ground, and now you're trying to pull it out by main force. No, you got to loosen that dirt up some more. Just
Dan, you saw last night in the creative direct Andy CD show that, I volunteered me and you to get him a grant to plant kudzu up there.
I am not taking part in any violations of strategic arms limitation treaties anywhere in the world. I had a lady that was involved in fiber arts and natural plant dyes and weaving who asked me to send her some kudzu, and I gave her the exact same answer. Now, if you really want kudzu, wait a while. It'll get there.
We already got Japanese knotweed, like I said last night. We don't need anything else.
Well, I just found out last week that one of the weeds that we were cussing around trying to keep out of our wheat and oats and grain crops like that, actually the root nodules are an appetite suppressant that used to be used over in Scotland. The people hiking around, they just dug some of this stuff up, washed off all the dirt out of the roots, trimmed it up a little bit. Basically, what you had was almost like a single soybean with a root coming out of each end, and then just gnaw on it while they walked. Evidently, it tastes a little bit like licorice, and you didn't get hungry while you kept walking, and it helped the Scotsman walk long distances on short rations.
And then the pharmaceutical companies found out about it and tried to eradicate it.
No, it's just a nuisance for farmers on this side of the pond.
Yeah. But give them a chance.
Oh, there's like 17 different varieties. Finding the right one that ancient Scotsman used and seeing whether or not it's actually crossed the pond, which is why I'm not out there trying to dig the stuff up now. Not only do I not need an appetite suppressant, wait a minute, I'm being paged.
At his age, he should already be a knight.
But oh,
they had an arrest here recently, or actually, the guy got convicted. Back in January, there were a bunch of kids sledding on a hill near his house, and he started shooting at them.
That was stupid.
yeah. Well, I know the show's about to end, but nature is calling, and I'm not going to be able to wait the next 2 minutes. So, gentlemen, have a great evening.
You have a good one, Joe. Thanks
See
for
you all
dropping
next
in.
time.
All right, see you Saturday night, maybe.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, John, I
Yeah,
have got us. I don't know if you were here the other night or not. I found us a patio heater.
yeah, you mentioned it.
Okay. I'm in the process of sanding it down and repainting it because it's old and the powder coating's flaking off from the UV damage.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of hard to get out there and want to work on a heater in 90-degree weather. I look at the thing and I get hot. And it don't look like Dan's going to make it back in time. So I guess it'd just be me and you wrapping it up, sir.
Aww. So I was trying to find that news story.
Is that yours whistling?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of hot here.
And with that, we're going to have to say bye, John.
Oh, well, bye, John.
See y'all Saturday.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.